Hello, how you guys doing? All right, so if you're new here, my name is Albert. In this channel, I am documenting my process or my progress and my journey to attempt to make a lot of money selling Tesla puts. And I'm just documenting it as I go, pretty much one video a week. Today's February 14th, which means it's Valentine's Day, so shout out to my wife. Thank you very much for being my wife. Okay, so Ali's puts out kind of the same story. It's not going great. I had the 975 put for March, still down. I sold a new put this week or last week for 830 for March 11th to profit about $3,200. Currently, that's also down 10%. The 910 put I held, the 910 put I have, I'm still holding it. That's also down about $1,200. 875 put is currently up about 5 grand. About 2,000 of this is actually profit. 3,000 of that is from a roll from previous. As far as total profit goes for the month, I'm still at $3,000. Nothing has changed. I haven't closed anything out last week. So that's kind of where we're at right now, which is not great, but it's not terrible. As long as I'm not losing money, I think it's good. Had some thoughts on limit order for selling puts. If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear it in the comments. So what I typically do when I sell a put is I put in a limit order. So let's say, for example, right now, the price is at 880, and the 830 put price is at 3,000. It's like $32, right? So I'll put a limit order for 32 or maybe 33, and then I'll put that in, right? Sometimes what will happen is like, let's say the price is at 1,000, and then I want to sell like an 830 put, and the price is only worth like 12 bucks or something. So I'll put a limit order for like 30 bucks. Hopefully it'll fill at some point, and then I'll just let it sit there. So that's what I did for this 830 put. But I was thinking more and more about it, so I don't know if it's helpful because in order for it to work, it would have to catch bottom, right? So it basically gets down to a point where you fill it, and it starts going back up. And the chances of that happening are very low. So what typically happens is like something happens where like the Tesla stock will drop like 100 bucks, and then it'll fill, and it'll keep dropping. But if I had just waited and I just look at the stock, then I could fill it myself. So I'm starting to think that setting like a low limit order isn't really helpful because you're never gonna catch bottom. And I'm thinking it's better to wait until it swings and then just do it when you think it's gonna swing. We'll love to know what your thoughts on. But every time for example, for these two puts, this one I sold, is down a little bit. This one was like a pretty low limit. This one was also a low limit that filled, and then neither of those were good. So I don't know. It's a lot of it's just luck too. So let me know how you guys do that. If you have any ideas on the best way to do that on putting orders in for your puts, that's helpful. Another update on my retirement account. Like I told you guys last week, I'm trying to do a weekly cash secured put. And what I'd done last week is I sold 100 shares of Tesla at 930. And then right away I sold a 930 put for 1 week out, and I got about $3,000 for it. And then I took those $3,000, I bought 3.2 shares with it. And then last week, because the stock price was below 930, I exercised 100 shares at 930. So right now I have, instead of having 100 shares where I started with 103.2 shares. So I made 3.2 shares. Is the overall value of the stock less now because before it was 930, now it's 800 or 880? Yes, it is less. But if I had just held that shares, it would have been less anyway. So I netted a positive 3 shares. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to do this, and yeah, try to just keep netting shares positively. I haven't decided if I'm gonna wait until it hits 930 to sell again. I might wait until it's 900 to sell again, but I don't know if that makes a difference. So any feedback on that would be cool as well. The downside would be like, what if let's say I sell it at 900, or let's say I sell it at 880, and then I sell 880 put, and then just stock price just jumps to like 1050 or something, right? I missed out on those gains. And I have to sell a lot of puts in order to make up for it. But doing it this way, you can potentially make like $3,000 a week, $3,000 a week off 100 shares. So let's say you get half of that. That's still $3,000, $1,500 times. That's like still $75,000 a year. Doing this. So I'm thinking about doing this for a little bit and then doing more volume. But I don't know. We'll see. That's how it's going. Okay, so learnings. I'm very happy I closed my 950 put early last week. I netted $3,000 from it, and then why I'm happy is because obviously it's not going well, so I got out. But also I have like so much less stress because if I held that, then that would be down, and I'd have to roll it, and that would just add extra stress. So yeah, I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that I closed it. So I should continue closing things early. I think as long as you make a little bit of profit, then you're totally fine. Like I said last week, I'm gonna lower my goal. My goal was to make 150K, and I don't think it's reasonable with the amount of money that I'm playing with. I think it's just gonna be difficult. So yeah, I should have closed a 930 put today. Today the stock price went to 900. I was like positive or negative about $100 in my 930 put. Um, as of Monday, and it's closing Friday. And thinking about it now, in retrospect, obviously because it dropped another $1,200, I could have not lost that. But the reason I should have closed it is because at this point, I have no idea what it's gonna do. And at this point, like I would just be gambling, right? I would be gambling. It's like 50-50 shot. If it either goes up, I make $3,000, or it goes down, I lose a lot more than $3,000. So I should have closed it when I was even. So next time I'm just gonna close it when I'm even, especially if I'm only like a couple days away. It's because there's no real. It's a coin flip, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, selling less puts has definitely been a lot easier on my mental, you know, happiness, I guess. But what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sell less puts, but I'm gonna sell more cash secured puts in my retirement account because there's no tax there and it's a lot easier to do. So, and then cash secured means that I can hold it to the end and I just get assigned, which I'm totally fine with. So that's it for this week. Hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks.